Hey there guys, today I wanted to share with you a bit of a quick case study of how we helped one particular business that we worked with decrease their cost per acquisition by 32%. Now, this, you'd think, hey, all we need to do is stoke the fire with more leads. And that's what a lot of business owners think. If we can get more leads in the funnel, then ultimately that's what's going to increase our revenue and help us scale. However, you need to view the whole marketing and sales process as a system. And this is where so many businesses get wrong. They think, hey, we just need more leads. We're just going to throw more leads at it and everything will be better. That's not true. And this is what, to be honest, this is what I used to think. And this is why we used to just have this focus as a lead generation agency. It was like, okay, if we just throw leads at businesses, because we know how to generate leads, they know what they do, they should be able to close the leads that they're getting sent through. However, as I've learned more marketing over the past decade, there's more tools and automations that are in play. The more and more I spend the time with businesses early on to get this right. So first and foremost, quite a lot of the time now we actually start with a workshop, and we workshop this out, and this is the case of how we decrease CAC for this particular business by 32%. We start with a workshop and just workshop it out exactly where they want to go as a business, how many leads and sales they need to generate each month or each quarter in order to get them there. And then ultimately we build the system off the back of that. And when I say system, I always like to start backwards. It's like, okay, if we're on a sales call, what does our sales process look like? What should our salesperson be doing, saying, asking, what questions they need to be asking, and how should they be presenting the solution in that effect? Should they be trying to close on that first call, or should they be trying to do follow-up calls and sending proposals, etc.? So that's a key part where you need to start a part of this process. The next thing I like to look at, okay, how can we optimize from the point of interest to sales call? In other words, how can we set reminders, how we can warm up leads, where can we insert videos and testimonials and anything that's going to build the credibility, authority of the personal business that they're going to be meeting with at that particular sales call. When you can tick as many of those boxes along that process as possible, then ultimately the likelihood of them converting is going to be better, because they've already seen who you work with, they already know a bit about what you do. So that all needs to be weaved into that whole process from the point of sale. And finally, the big piece, or one of the biggest pieces, is obviously how we generate leads. Do we do inbound? Do we do outbound? How can we qualify them further? Who exactly do we want to be speaking to? And this is where so many businesses get this wrong. When we don't know who we want to be speaking to, or we're too broad, then ultimately the cost per lead is going to be substantially higher. Because if we're speaking to everyone, ultimately we're speaking to no one. So therefore, define who we want to speak to, get that really clear and niche, and then ultimately we can work out who's in our current network that we can already reach out to, whether that's personally knowing these people, LinkedIn networks, social media networks. How can we do that? What's the best channel to generate leads? That's really key at this point. Once we know who we want to speak to, then we can figure out where they're hanging out and where that network is already in play. So that's really the key of how we did it, how we decreased CAC by 32%. We start with working back from sales, through the process from lead gen, through to that sales call, and then ultimately having a really well-defined avatar and speaking directly to them. Hope that makes sense.